because I know they're going to be waiting for us to go online. There we go. So if you're turning to Matthew 20, 25, and 28. Let me take a look at this outline. I made this outline earlier today. Let's see. So leadership is the act of influencing and servicing others, right? Out of Christ's interest in their lives so they can accomplish God's purpose for and through them. Amen? So Christian leadership is not rooted in worldly motions of success, right? Such as the love of money or power. Jesus himself spoke against this when expressing the importance of serving others. Amen. I didn't get into ministry to make money. I got into ministry to serve God. One of the first things I did when I knew that I guess God was calling me to ministry, I was 11 years old. And as an 11-year-old boy, I think my dad thought something was wrong with me because we had a rose plant outside, and I grabbed a rose off the plant and handed it to a homeless man. And my dad said, "What is wrong with him? What 11-year-old boy do something like that?" And he said it just kept those thoughts in his mind. That 11-year-old boy brought a man a rose, and he didn't know how to accept that. But in my mindset, I knew that everybody was important. Amen? So you don't get into ministry to make money. You get into ministry to help the people. Amen? So go to Matthew 20, 25 to 28.
Amen.
So if you look at the world system designed on success, you will always fail. Amen? So a lot of times we look at success in the world, nice car, nice house, and we think that's success. But in God's understanding, that's not really success. Amen? It's not really gay. But Jesus called them to himself and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who are great exercise authority over them. Yet it shall not be so among you. But whosoever desire to become great among you, let him be your servant." So some of you guys that want to be in leadership, learn how to be a servant first. That's why I teach every leader in this church how to clean first. How to pick up a vacuum cleaner. How to mow a yard. And if you're not mowing yards and you're not vacuuming cleaning and you're not helping out in the community, you're not no leader. You're just playing church. Amen? Anybody that ever served in this church knows how to clean. Amen? How many times you clean up all the time, Mr. LaShonda? Clean up all the time, huh? She said, "Hey, Pastor, teaching me well." Amen. Brother Jai was talking about cleaning on a regular basis. Every leader, see, Jesus, he came to serve. Amen. He could have came and been in the palace. Amen. Instead, he said, "Put me in the manger." Amen. He said, "I want to be the lowest of lows." Amen. So whoever wants to be great among you must become a servant first. One of the things my leader basically taught me, he preached a great message one day, and I was so proud to be with him. And the first thing he did, he says, "Hey, man, after you preaching," he said, "Let's go clean up." I said, "Hold on, man." I said, "You got 500 people in here." He was like, "Yeah, but let's go clean up." And he started picking up trash. And I saw him picking up trash. I'm sitting back. This man just preached a powerful message. He got 500 people. He got a staff, and he wants to pick up trash. As a 20-year-old boy, I didn't understand that. And then I realized that he was being a servant. Amen? He got that from his father, which is God. Amen? I learned that trait. I remember when I was in Texas, my sister was getting married, and she got married. It was late night. She had a late wedding, and everybody was leaving to rush out of there. And my dad said to me, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Who's cleaning the church up?" He said, "They got somebody for that. You're good to go. Let's go, let's go." I said, "But who? Who's going to clean it up? They got service in the morning." My dad said, "That's not your responsibility. Don't worry about it." I said, wherever I am, I'm serving the Lord. So I said, why don't you guys go to the reception? I'm going to stay here and clean up. You don't even know this church. I said, I don't care, but this church got service in the morning. I got to make sure it's clean. I'm a servant of God no matter where I am. So it was a big old 2-story church, and I stayed there. My dad says, what are you doing? So my dad says, you're not going to leave? You're going to clean this whole church up? I said, yes. I said, you guys go enjoy yourself. He said, where's the broom? And my dad grabbed the broom. And then all of a sudden, my grandfather was riding with us. He came in. What's going on with reception? We got to go. We got to go. And my dad's with a broom in my hand. I'm with a broom in my hand. And my grandpa said, well, my dad said, he's not going anywhere until the church is clean. They got somebody for that. I said, they're not here. He said, well, where's the vacuum? And then I sit back and God spoke to me. He said, look, your father and your grandfather is now cleaning the church. All because you decide to leave. They never cleaned the church before. But now you got you, your father, your grandfather, 3 generations. And they're cleaning church and putting God first because you decide to leave. Amen? But Jesus called them and said to himself, you know that rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them. Rulers